What you are about to see is a discussion video based on the information and knowledge of the current reaction done by ArchitectCobra. Theories and ideas said in this video may be 100% wrong and may be guesses. For those of you who are lore Nazis and wish to ruin the show for ArchitectCobra for giving him information that you would only get from future episodes that he has not gotten to yet, then I suggest you turn this video off now. This is not the video for you.
Welcome back, everybody, to Fairy Tale Discussions episode 14. Today, joining me, we have Relulu, Obay, Natsu the Badass, and Tommy JayTV. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So, this episode is going to be a little different. I told the guys this beforehand, so that way they kind of know. Basically, we're going to go through the episodes that we've watched in the past week, and at the very end, we're going to talk about the arc as a whole, seeing how the episodes are basically concluded the main arc story. So we're gonna be talking about that, and then get the guys' input on it as well, like what they thought about the arc and everything like that. Yeah, hopefully it's not too quick. We'll try to extend it a little bit. Maybe talk about future things coming. Possibly. I mean, I have no idea what, but I'll think of something, I think. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? So, it might jump around here and there, but, I mean, that's pretty normal with the new kind of layout thing. So, one thing I wanted to talk about was Urza's horse, that she summoned, when she was fighting, Sagittarius, in his, realm world that he was in. When they were fighting, doing the archery test thing, she summoned an armor horse, a horse made of armor. It was really cool. Also, her samurai armor, yeah.
It looks like it's a robot.
The horse, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, her armor's cool because it has the fairy tale logo on the forehead. And it's like a standard samurai armor kind of thing. We got to see her shoot a bow again, but it wasn't a special bow. It was just a normal wood bow kind of thing. We saw in the movie she actually used a bow, which was awesome. That bow was really cool. I can't remember what they named it. They named it something, I can't remember. Or did they?
From where?
The movie?
The bow. Oh, from the movie. That was the arrow of... No, the arrow itself was called the arrow of destruction, but...
So her bow wasn't called something?
It was called something, I think.
I feel like they named it, but yeah, I'm not sure.
For an arrow of destruction, really getting stuck halfway inside its eyeball was a lot of destruction.
Hey, that was a strong eyeball.
Oh, yeah.
Give him some credit, man. He took an arrow to the eye and still lived.
Took an arrow to the knee.
Gosh.
Oh god.
So yeah, it was pretty interesting to see all of the spirits realms and stuff like that, for all the different kinds. Ares was in the desert for some reason. I still don't know why. I guess it kind of tailors to her wild side in a way, but I don't understand the desert bit, because she's a sheep. And yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It might be something to do with the star sign in general and something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, I found that a little weird that it was in the desert. And then what other ones that kind of were weird? I liked the Gemini realm where they kept turning people into animals. Or not people, but Gajiel and Lily into the squirrels.
That was creepy.
And then turning him into a cat, and then a slug. And I can't remember, so something else as well. And then Gajiel at the end figures out he can use his iron magic while in form. He has never did it to test it or something. It's such weird. So also Yukino and Lucy, they were fighting their spirits up to the very end, pretty much. They didn't want to hurt them, and Yukino couldn't even I think, land a hit on shoot. What's Libra?
Libra.
There we go. I was like Libra. Yeah. Yeah. Yukino couldn't even hit Libra. That I remember. She might got one hit in when they were weak or something like that. Well, yeah, but yeah. So they were having a lot of issues with their spirits, especially Lucy and Lucy and shoot. Why am I forgetting all these names?
Virgo.
Lucy and Virgo.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah, Virgo got like really intense with her transformation.
Yeah,
to like
she got intense with that mayonnaise. That was pretty intense.
I've never
Oh,
seen
God.
mayonnaise retract and like go out and they retract before. Like,
It must
Right?
be.
It was like-
it must be
Mayonnaise.
super solid.
It was specialized mayonnaise to be solid.
Just for that.
what, you gonna slap someone with that mayonnaise?
Also,
Oh, it's a dildo.
somebody in the comments of that video, one of the videos, I can't remember if it's this group of videos, like just week videos or like last week, but I mentioned in one of the episodes that Virgo walked into the room where Lucy was hiding, and she says many places to hide, and I said, "What? No, there's no places to hide." It's like the only place in the whole room was like a couch, and like that's it. The whole walls were like littered with bookshelves, and Virgo just could not find where Lucy was hiding. I thought that was funny. So yeah, so we got to see Ophiuchus's snake form.
Just called Snake Woman.
Yeah, the nurse.
Nurse.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
nurse.
Nurse
snake.
Joy.
Nurse Joy. We're going to see her
Makes
kind of
you
snake
feel
form,
way
which
better.
I still don't know if she like fused into become the snake or was she riding the snake. I still don't know
She
that.
fused.
Half her body
Like,
was in it.
the lower half of her body was in its head, so
Yeah,
that would count as fuse.
I guess she
think.
did get like kind of thrown out of it when she was defeated as well.
Yeah.
Which the defeating was pretty funny too, because it was like Wendy, Happy, and Carla versus the Globe, and then Natsu versus, or Natsu, not wait, yeah, Natsu versus shoot, who was he? Oh, he was fighting Loki, and then he fought Ophiuchus afterwards. And then the rest of the fairy tale group, down below, like I kept saying through the whole thing, I'm like, just go up. Like they kept hearing voices up like above them, so like they never went up. They just kept going sideways and like downward and everything. It was really weird. But yeah, so they were fighting the snake from the outside or the inside or however you want to put it. From inside the rock, like where the snake was like curled around. So they got to kind of fight the snake that way. And then they kind of did what like an Horatio and Sace like nod to it, where they have to defeat all three at once. Like they have to defeat the globe, they have to defeat the snake, and they have to defeat Loki and Ophiuchus like all at the same time, like in order for it to work. Which it turns out it was bad because either way, as they were defeating the spirits, it was boosting the spirit beast, which was like, I guess, the new or the evil form of the king, the celestial spirit king, which had like all of these spirits like chaining him into like this star thing, or I guess it was on a star, but it looked like a star, some kind of squishy thing, a stomach. I guess what Happy was calling him.
Yeah.
And then I want to touch real quick. Ophiuchus had an ocarina, which is very funny. And like all the way through, like I kept thinking, like I might do it for a crack for one of my my crack series. I might do whenever she's playing, like have like the Zelda themes going or whatever. The ocarina sounds, whatever, from Zelda. It was really funny to see that she was using our ocarina. I wonder why they chose that over like a flute or like anything like that.
The ocarina is just that badass. I mean, Link uses it. The adventurer from Monster Boy uses it.
I guess it could be a shout out to like a game.
Maybe Hero played ocarina of time and enjoyed it. So he's like, you know what? We're gonna have this spirit singing a flute or
Probably.
use a flute.
So yeah, then we got to see. In this episode, we got to see Natsu eat 2 kinds of fire. We got to see him eat Leo's fire, which is like kind of I guess what do they call it? Like fully. I know it's like shadow something or like
Darkness.
darkness. Yeah, it was like darkness fire kind of thing. But yeah, Natsu ate it and then defeated Leo with it, and then turned his attention towards the world's like crumbling. Lucy and Yukino were still in their realm, so Natsu like fused the two realms, or all the realms, I guess, together. So that way Lucy and Yukino can fight together, versus Virgo and Jesus Christ.
Libra.
And
Losing
then,
over here.
Yeah, and then after the whole thing, and Natsu gets eaten, or wants to get eaten by the spirit beast. She also eats the sun or the stomach like fire to do a bunch of damage to that. That was awesome.
Was it the celestial beast was pretty much a black hole?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Oh, there's another universe in him.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like while they were inside of the spirit beast, like they never. I noticed that, like, you know, the worlds weren't moving with the spirit beast. So like, yeah, it was like its own little dimension, like inside of them.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I like that actually concept. Yeah. So
the star.
Yeah. Well, I Happy calls it its stomach. So
it's basically a star because it's like all that material. Because remember what he said? He said, "What didn't he say? Starfire, or did he say celestial fire?"
Yeah, he said celestial
I
fire.
think it was celestial fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also considered starfire. Same thing.
I'm sure the sub to call it something different as well. Probably. So like the Spirit King was like in like a T-pose kind of section, like, and all the spirits were like chains. So like 3 chains on arm, 3 chains on this arm, 3 chains on the legs, on both legs, whatever. And like dragging him into the stomach to be like controlled by the spirit beast. Which they were thwarted by Natsu on the sunfire. So yeah. And then we kind of jump to the one-off stories. So I guess, do you guys want to talk about your guys' thoughts on the arc so far before we get to the one-off stories?
I feel like most of us kind of like going through the whole Eclipse arc. I feel like most of us kind of just nodded off on it and didn't take much interest. I'm sure some people can agree with us.
For me, at first, like when it was coming out for sub, I didn't bother finishing it at all. But then when I watched it with the dub, it still wasn't as good as it wasn't good, but I kind of enjoyed it a little bit. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Well, what did you not like about it?
I liked the humor that Happy did.
I like the episodes with Aquarius, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Aquarius bits.
I didn't bother watching.
I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts about it. So, I think the first couple episodes are really good, like just setting up the arc in general.
Especially the first episode.
Yeah. That, and then just seeing the very first time we get to see all the celestial spirits in their new forms and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think one of my major gripes is I feel like the arc kind of dragged on towards the end, and like nothing was really happening. And then like another one of my major gripes is that I feel like this arc wasn't like, I know it's filler, but like at least with the Starry Sky arc, you feel like we get to know a little bit more about Lucy and like her backstory, and we get more about her dad and Michelle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I feel like in this arc, nothing really contributes to like I don't know, the major story or like any of the characters. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it.
My thing that you're mentioning the dragging on bit, it reminded me the arc seemed very like sped up or fast near the beginning, because they were going through stuff like you know like 2 or 3 events happen in one episode kind of thing. Like they were going fast, and then all of a sudden at one point they just kind of like stopped, and all of a sudden it was just like one event, maybe an episode. So it was like, I feel like if they filled in the gaps, or put more emphasis on the first couple episodes to kind of like, you know, lead on the ideas, so it's not so rushed at the beginning, it seemed like. But, you know, for me, I watched them in 3 episode gaps, or 3 episode, you know, blocks, so it was different. My experience was different than, like, you know, watching it, like, you know, week to week. But to me, it did seem very rushed, and then at some point, it just kind of slowed down. So yeah, I can see like a pacing issue with the arc. Oh gosh, Tommy.
Yeah, that.
You're I think, was it like a buzzing sound or whatever? Like
He's being jammed by the military. They're onto him.
I'm getting swatted right now.
So, Obay, did you want to talk about what your thoughts on?
No, I'm good.
Busy.
He's just chilling. He's too
Doesn't even
enthralled
wanna talk
by the
about it.
chat right now. Hopefully, Cobra does not put the chat off.
It's not like that. All the people can see are your guys' pictures. It's like all they can see.
Oh, thank God.
The chat is cancer.
Oh,
So-
it's worse.
So Dark Wolf has slowly been telling me, or not slowly, but after every episode block, if you don't know, I have a friend called Dark Wolf. He looks over the chat for me, so that way I don't get spoilers, because people talk about future episodes constantly, and in the fairy tale episodes. I think more so now that they know that I'm not reading it. But anyways, so Dark Wolf filters that stuff for me, and he reads all the comments that are not spoilers to me. And yeah, my consensus, or the consensus, I guess, is a lot of people dislike this arc a lot. No one really goes into details why. They just say this is the worst arc, or like, you know, that kind of thing. They just always say like this is a bad arc, this is the worst arc, that kind of thing. They never explain why they dislike it, or they, you know, that kind of thing. And I would love to know why people dislike this arc so much. Because I thought it was pretty alright. It wasn't the best, of course, but it was pretty alright for what it was. Like I said, a little bit of pacing issues here and there. And like I said early on, like the last discussion I think it was, I can understand why people dislike it, because it's such like a weird change with the celestial spirits and everything, and like it's basically like flip-flopping all of what we know of the celestial spirit world, like on its head pretty much, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, done after this arc. Like they don't touch on it again, I'm assuming, because it's a filler arc. So,
And I also think
They kind
it's
of, no,
because
they kind of do. They kind of use it like they added that in only for the anime to reference it. So that's about it.
okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I the people watching this video right now, leave a comment down below. Tell me what your guys' thoughts on the arc. Well, not the one-off stories. That's like I said, they're one-off stories. They're not really tied to the arc, like in a sense, but they are part of the arc. But I mean, like from all of the celestial spirits episodes, you know, from like episode 2 and then onward to what is it, episode 218. So episode 2, or not episode 2. Crap, what episode was the second episode in the arc, and then up to episode 218. Like that block of episodes, what do you guys think of that block of episodes? And let me know in the comments below what you guys think of that, and try to go in depth with it, so that way I can actually explain your thoughts on it. Go ahead.
You mean like the lead up, the lead up episodes?
Well, no, I mean the entire arc in general, but like minus all the one-off stories, all of like the story episodes.
Oh, just the arc, just the
Right.
Eclipse arc. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just like because like the first episode of the arc was the bit where Lucy gave her spirits like a little break and like what do you want kind of thing that she asked, and then like they kind of went one by one, doing what they wanted to do in like one thing, kind of one wish, and then after that episode 2 is when the whole arc kind of kicks off like immediately. And then up to episode 218, where it was like basically the conclusion of the spirits, and what they went through and everything. And then after that is pretty much all like one-off episodes that I know of. We haven't watched Monday's episode yet, but I'm assuming it's pretty much the same, where there's like one-off stories on all 5 of them. So we'll have to wait until see what that. But yeah, so just like your thoughts on the the Eclipse Celestial Spirit arc episodes.
I also think that the animation has to do a lot with it too, like especially the animation for the Natsu versus Leo fight, like the final time that they fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot
animation?
of just like still shots, like things
What
like
animation?
that. Like not, yeah, exactly.
that was a manga.
I guess I didn't notice that too much actually. Interesting.
You get used
But,
to it, I guess.
Yeah, you can kind of tell that. I guess they're trying to save money, maybe.
Interesting.
So
I guess for you guys are seeing it for like the second, third, fourth time the arc
20th.
or whatever. So you guys notice the things that I don't notice right away. So yeah, I can understand that. That's okay.
yeah.
All right, so let's kick it off with or continue on, I should say, with the
God.
other 3 episodes that we're going to talk about, 219, 220, and 221, which are the one-up episodes. So, the Asuka episode, where Biska and, I forget his name, I constantly forget his name. What's Biska's husband's name?
Alzak.
Alzak, yeah.
Alzak.
Yeah, so her and him go off on a job together, and they leave Asuka into Natsu's like hands for the day. I guess it's a day.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Bad idea.
I thought so too, but he did really well.
Yeah, he did.
He was like a big brother in a sense, like when the moment where like he was like or she was shooting her like pop gun at the guys with the glider, and then he came up and like pushed her head down and then said aim high, kind of thing, like making it seem like she did it, and that was awesome. That was a very, very cool moment. All the way through the arc, actually, there was a lot of cool moments that Natsu did. Like I guess he let Asuka win the target practice at the very beginning. And sorry for my dogs. I have some family just came in.
Bring the dog.
So Natsu let them win, or let her win the little contest thing that they did, and then so that way he can be like, I guess, have to do everything that Asuka wants from Natsu. So like riding him like a horse, that kind of thing, like like little things like that all the way through. The kissing part was like intense. I full on thought they were gonna Natsu and Lucy were gonna kiss.
I bet you were hoping it too.
I don't know. All the way through Fairy Tail, I've always had the idea of Lucy and Natsu like a big like brother sister relationship kind of thing, but like they've gradually been like gaining towards that like girlfriend boyfriend, they're interested in each other kind of thing. So I guess that was a little hoping, maybe. I don't know.
My goodness. Cobra acknowledges the shipping.
But yeah, so and then like at the last second, like Lucy puts up Happy right in her path, so that way Happy and Natsu kiss.
Happy's poor beak.
Yeah, I don't know why he called it a beak.
I fully just thought about this, but I can see a fan doing like an artwork of its Cobra looking at the other Cobra over Cabellios.
Gosh, hold on.
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yup.
Sit down. Boy talk. I'm doing a
It's
recording.
like overdo his thing.
Chat is cancer. You should
Okay,
put
how
the
about-
chat on in the side.
My cousin is
Dude,
here, so
everything
he's
about this chat is good except for the Wendy pictures.
Oh gosh. So yeah, the episode was pretty good. I like Asuka's episode a lot. From the three one-off episodes, Asuka's episode was like the coolest episode. And then we move on.
The reasoning for selling the snow globe or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool too.
Yeah, I forgot-
heartwarming.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
the globe, I guess, didn't like physically hold memories. I think. I don't know.
It doesn't hold memories, but it's what it represented, like that moment.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So, because the glider guys, they were wanting it. They called it a lacrima, or like a something. They knew it was like worth something. So that's why I guess they took it. I don't know.
I just like the way that Natsu kind of treated Asuka like a child, or when I say child, I mean like his child.
Yeah, he had like like I said, like a big brother kind of situation.
I was thinking more along the father lines, but yeah,
That too, like
it was a mix.
like an uncle kind of thing. Yeah.
I adopted you. You're my child now.
You are my child.
Yeah, so out of these three episodes that we've seen, that one was my favorite for sure. And then we have Juvia's episode, where it was basically Juvia celebrating her 413th anniversary or something like that. Like
Yeah.
I guess every day is an anniversary, but for some reason today is like the special one. I don't know why. But the whole episode, she's trying to figure out what to get him for a gift. Yeah, it was a weird episode. This yours? No. I thought I only had 3. Sorry. Sorry, I need a drink. Okay, so at the very end, it was kind of cool to see what Gray's like deal was, why he was like away from the guild hall and everything, and like Juvia couldn't find him. Is because it was like Gray's master's like anniversary kind of her death kind of thing, of her sacrifice. That was really, really cool to see like the reasoning behind it and everything. At the very end, him running back and getting Juvia's gift, because like it did a flashback of Ur giving the scarf to Gray and Leon. And then he kind of rushed back to go get the scarf. Like that was a cool moment. I like that a lot.
Well, you know that it was with what was going on with Gray was something serious when Leon didn't even hit on Juvia. You know it had to be something serious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But someone in the comments of my last block of episodes, or my recent ones, I should say, they mentioned that Leon said earlier that he wasn't gonna hit on Juvia anymore, so that's why he didn't do it this episode. I guess.
Oh.
That's what someone in the comments
Okay.
said. So I'm not sure if
Gave
that's
up.
yeah. So yeah, and then the third episode was the magic ice episode where Lucy, Natsu, and Happy went to go get the magic ice, and then they got trapped in like the labyrinth of the mountain.
Nice.
Yeah,
The ice cave.
that episode was weird because when they started to get like, we didn't actually know how long they technically were down there. They said days, but I wonder if it was just like hours or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
like they were just
It
like
would have been
over
like a few hours.
enough to get them hungry at least, and tired, I guess. So it might have been a day, maybe, who knows. But yeah, so it was funny that like Lucy's vision, I guess, was to like take like a steam bath because she was cold, and then jumps into like the frozen water to like like it was the hot baths, whatever. Natsu was eating like a banquet, like like a huge amount of food all at once. Then Happy was like in underwater hunting for food, or not hunting, but like chasing after fish to eat. So that was like a cool, like a funny little thing that they all kind of envisioned. I like how all of them started doing the like the illusions or whatever like that at the same time. It was interesting. And then we found that giant like squid monster thing that was chasing them as well. Which was weird.
Japan,
Also,
always classy.
yeah. Also, Natsu eating the magic ice to replenish everything about him to the point where he's like 10 times stronger. That was interesting. Immediately, once he started eating it, he ate the entire thing. And then afterwards, Lucy was like, "Do you have any left?" I'm like, "No." He ate everything.
Nope, there's none for you, all for me.
So yeah, I like these one-off episodes. I said it early on in one of the very, very, very first discussions we ever talked about. I like one-off episodes because they're cool, kind of one-episode stories that have a beginning, middle, and a conclusion at the very end. And they give a little kind of backstory to the characters as well too.
It also helps. Like show the time transitioning between arcs. Because it's weird if you just go from one arc right to the other, and it's like, oh, 2 months had passed before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it helps pass the time.
So I can't wait to see what the next episodes are, what stories they tell or whatever like that. If there is a story, like I said, there could possibly also be a mini arc in between, or not in between, but in the 5. So Monday we'll be watching those 5.
Can I just take this moment and apologize in advance to Natsu?
Why?
So yeah,
You asked for it.
that's all we have
Oh no.
right now in this episode. So is there anything you guys want to mention before we conclude?
Yuki?
God damn it, why would you do that?
Jesus.
I did wait for that. I can't think of anything unless the guys have something they want to say.
I have something. I'm actually surprised that I actually kind of enjoyed the arc that I decided to skip the first time, which is the Eclipse arc.
So did you watch it with me, or did you watch it after the fact, or did you watch it?
No, I watched it with you.
Cool.
Pretty much.
I feel like when you watch Cobra's videos of that arc, the arc is bearable.
Yeah, it's because there's some
Yeah.
cringe. There's like some cringy parts that you're just like, I gotta skip through this. I can't watch this.
What was it? Oh, me. I think it was me and Natsu that we kind of talked about this. But episodes 227 and 228 are like they're already dubbed.
Oh, the next arc. Yeah.
So so I didn't know if you were gonna react to that.
Well, I'm gonna wait off because I'm still trying to get a consensus on if people want me to do 1 episode a day or continue with my 3 episode a day. Because if I do a 3 episode a day, I'll burn through the next arc within 2 weeks or however long it is. So I really want people to kind of let me know if I want me to do 1 episode a day, so that way we can only do 3 episodes a week, or continue with the 9 episode a week schedule, because we still have to wait for the next block of episodes to release. So if I just burn through this next arc.
So 3 episodes a week, so it's one a day.
Yeah, so 1 Monday, 1 Wednesday, 1 Friday.
I mean, I think it would allow you to focus more on those each episodes, I guess.
That's true.
Because a bunch of them, it's like a movie, pretty much.
I think this is gonna be the arc that's gonna make you want to switch to sub. Honestly.
Yes, I swear. I know you want to stick to dub because it's a bother to to read the subtitles, but it's there's just so much. I just hope
You're not gonna want to wait.
exactly. I don't think anyone in the comments would want you to wait either.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean, there's
sure.
already been people begging.
They constantly talk about switching to subs and everything. But for right now, I'm still holding my own, and I'm gonna stick with dub as much as I can.
Learn that.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it for this episode. Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for Relulu, Obay, Natsu, and Tommy for joining me this episode. Hopefully we can get like Justin and Richard in here again because they haven't been in here for like a couple episodes.
I don't know where. I don't know where Justin's gone. He's just
I
gone.
think he's dead.
He went to go see Wendy.
I think Natsu was saying that he died inside of Windy or something.
Oh god.
Ew.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll leave it off on that note, just to, visually
That's not a good note
leave you out.
That's a great note. That's a great note. That's how you end something.
He would have to get back on now just to insult us for that.
So, like I
Watch him just jump in right now.
like I said in the beginning of this episode, next week would probably be like us talking about the entire fairy tale in general,
Universe.
all the episodes up till now, kind of thing. So, because next week's just gonna be 5 episodes, and then Wednesday and Friday aren't gonna have anything. So it's gonna be like kind of like a short discussion to begin with, just with 5 episodes. So might as well kind of talk a little bit about, all your guys' thoughts on the entire arc, to kind of fill the time. I can give my thoughts on it as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, tune in next week. Hopefully we do it next week. I always say hopefully because sometimes we never do it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. See ya.
Bye.